So I was watching episode 8 of the skating show again, you know. And earlier I was complaining about like, oh, the characters being messy, making bad decisions, whatever, whatever. It doesn't even matter because it's a drama show anyway, and that's what you do in drama shows. But this time I have some kind of gripe with the writing itself. Like, I'm just very confused, right? And largely my attitude is like, especially for characters, like in a story, in a fictional story, do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, right? But I do want to be able to understand the character's motivations. Like I said with the blonde girl last time, I was like, okay, but why did she do this? Okay, but why did you want this guy? Did you even like him? Blah, 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 blah. Things like that. So this time I'm gonna go on to talk about Addie or Adri. I might call her by those two names, okay? They call her Addie in the show. But I'm just very confused on her behavior because, at least in my take, how I saw it, her and Freddie was just like a done. Like, it was a done thing. Like, they had history, of course. But it was kind of established that they don't want nothing to do with each other in the first two episodes. Or at least, rather, that he doesn't want anything to do with her. Right? And then, like, again, in my point of view, then there was like 5 episodes where they're basically just not really in speaking terms. Like, they want to be friends, but it's still kind of awkward, you know what I'm saying? And over the course of those 5 episodes, they just inch forward, inch forward, inch forward in their relationship towards being amiable with one another. And then at the same time, that's when she was making lots of progress with the new boy, right? Don't remember his name up till now. She was still making progress with the new boy, right? So I was like, okay. I threw him out of my head, threw the Freddie boy out of my head. I was like, okay, I guess Addie's with this new guy now, She's with this new guy, right? And I was like, okay, la 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 la, that's the new, like, male lead now or whatever, right? And she's gonna end up with him. But then I feel like it just came out of nowhere. Like I said, episode 7, suddenly Addie and Fred care about each other again. Suddenly they want to be like in each other's life again. Suddenly they want to be like together again. I'm just like, what the hell? What the hell is this? And they start doing like all these tragically romantic scenes and like, like all the, oh my God, woe is me, and like, we can't be together, and like just all the romantic, tragically romantic stuff like you see in the, like, Jane Austen novels and stuff like that. And then in episode 8, I was like, what the hell is she on? Because she literally like run after this boy. She ran after Freddie on the carousel thing and like to recreate that memory from when they were little, blah 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 blah, so cute, so cute. And then she's telling him that that she loves him, she picks him, whatever, and that everything with the other guy was just like a farce, like a to sell their image to get a sponsorship, right? Well, I'm like, girly, me and you, me and you both know that the thing with Audrey and the new boy, that wasn't just a farce. It wasn't just a sell, because people already shipped them. Like the audience, the skating audience already shipped them well before Audrey decided retroactively that she's a genius girly and gonna come up with a fake dating scheme that everybody else already thought you were on. Basically, you get what I'm saying? It's like the thing with nah. Anyway, it's just like everybody, the audience already thought they're already dating, before Audrey, quote unquote, geniusly came up with the fake dating plan. And it's kind of infuriating. Don't mind that. It's infuriating because it's like, bro, you guys don't have to do anything different. Just you two being your natural self. That's already what sells. That's already what people love to see, and they're all eating it up on Instagram or whatever, taking pictures of them, taking videos of them when they go out, and promoting them just naturally, just because out of the audience's like curiosity and nosiness and stuff. People love to shit people. What I'm saying is, first of all, let me segue because it just needs to be said. First of all, her Audrey's like fake dating scheme is so dumb because, like we said, the audience was already shipping them just by them being their natural selves without them doing anything contrived or scripted or premeditated, anything like that, right? So then when Audrey said like, oh, we can be on like buddy buddy and coupley in front of the cameras and whatever. You never know who's watching. I'm like, who are you fooling, bud? Like, who are you fooling? In all reality, in all honesty, it's just an excuse for the characters, Addie and the new boy. It's just an excuse for them to more readily show their feelings for one another without feeling bad, because then they can always say, oh yes, for the camera, oh yes, for the gram, oh yes, for the clock app, whatever. So first of all, that whole thing was dumb. Second of all, it's completely unnecessary for their plot. Like I said, they already have that chemistry naturally. Nobody needs, neither of them need to play actor or prove anything to anyone. So I'm just like, first of all, to me, it's like the writing is very questionable on this, because it's just like, you didn't have to add that in. You really didn't have to add that in. And then again, I'm just like, what is this love triangle nonsense? I thought you didn't care about the Freddy boy. What the hell is this? But then you want to swoop in Act 3, Part 2, final scene, and be like, ooh, but I love him. I'm just like, I'll be so fucking for real right now. Be so for real. I don't like this kind of writing. Please, don't be lazy. If you want to really have two male leads, you need to make each of them actually have a case. You don't get to just bring one back in the last act, in the Act 3, Part 2, Scene 7. Do you see what I'm saying? It just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense in my head. So I'm just saying, back to the carousel scene where she tells Freddie she picks him, and she tells him that the other boy was just, for show, just for the cameras or whatever. But I'm like, she's lying to him, number one, and she's lying to herself, number two. Because her and the new boy, that wasn't anything fake, as I previously said. And then it's number one, it's just I don't even know where I was in that. I lost my train of thought. But it's just it just make no sense to me, damn. It just make no sense. And and also in that episode before, when Fred and Addie suddenly decide they're gonna be together again, Freddie, he's like, oh yeah, I was in love with you since I was 14. I was like, dude, nobody cares, because you already nobody cares, because he already iced her out all that time anyway, in the beginning of the episodes anyway, in the next episodes after that anyway. So why does it matter? There's nothing more that I hate in the world than somebody waiting all these years, waiting 20 years or whatever, and then being like, it was always you. I'm just like, look, I'm so tired of it. Because if it was always her, how about you act like it? If it was really always her, then guess what? He wouldn't have just been ice her out in the beginning when he came back to the house to they had to end up living together with the other kids. You see what I'm saying? He would not let a day go by. You know what I'm saying? That he's not in communication with her. You see what I'm saying? He would not let a day go by that he would be living in the same house, the same exact area as her, and not be actively working on their relationship. He would not let a day go by where she would ever think that he didn't love her. You see what I'm saying? And of course, yes, the caveat is I'm talking about, grown adults here, and they are teenagers in the show. Sure, you can't expect so much maturity from a teenager, but, I would expect better than this, For someone that you claim to have loved for so long, you should be able to be more honest with them. You should be able to be more vulnerable, open, forthcoming with them, and not just, withhold all this stuff. If someone really matters to you, you're going to withhold all this information from them? You're going to withhold how you really feel? You're going to just give them the cold shoulder and be fine with that, really? No matter the circumstances, if you love someone, there's always a way. There's always a way to to either hope for reconciliation or actually do the reconciliation, So, yeah. I don't understand this girl. It's fine. It's fine for her to have the two people that she likes. It's completely fine, but at least admit it. Don't just be over here lying to people and giving them false hope. Just pick. It's either that. Either you pick one, or I don't know. Like you said, because at this point, her friend told her, she was like, I have eyes. I'm not dumb. I see what's happening. That was funny. because it's gonna hurt them, it's gonna lead them on, so yeah. I wish that we got like her thoughts a little more on this, because to me it's like confusing. It's like, okay, I thought she was going this way, then in the last quarter, oh no, she pulled a right. Like, you see, it's kind of like that. That's what I feel with that. Anyway, oh my God, like you're just not even gonna believe it when I say this. Like I don't even know what the flip was happening. The flip was going on in the writing room for this show, but everything done been topsy turvy in literally like the last 15 minutes of the show. All so they could like build up to one point at the end, and to like follow into season 2. Okay, so if you haven't like finished the episode, please go finish the episode, then come back here. Okay, do not be at me for that. Oh, she spoiled it. No, pause it, go watch the show, go watch the episode, the last episode, then come back here, because I'm about to talk about everything, just about everything. So first of all, it makes no fucking sense. Like this boy, first of all, no. First of all, we're gonna talk about the Braden boy's behavior, right? Like we know that he already abandoned her, Audrey, in like somewhere in the beginning, whatever skating thing they did in. He like ran off or something. I don't even remember, but I just remember he was like, "Oh my God, I won't do it again. I promise. I'll be a good partner." And then here, like up to this episode 8, when she has to go do the gala skate, he abandons her again, right? And I understand that the producers or the writers might have wanted to make it like, a family moment, pay homage to the mom, center the family perspective instead of centering a boy, right? Because that was it. And like having the dad and the sisters come out and skate with her, that's amazing. That's beautiful. However, it was not set up properly. It just did not make any real like sense given what we were given the context we were given how it was set up. I even thought that like, oh, maybe they're gonna make Freddie go out there and skate with her, or I don't know. But I'm telling you, the new boy Braden, he picked up his bags and left. He's like, oh, I'm going to the beach. My parents own a beach somewhere in something Dontibes something, right? And Freddie's like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me, right? So then, her family swoops in, saves the day, whatever. I understand the emphasis on family and de-emphasis on boys. However, it just doesn't follow. It literally does not follow. Where's the resolution for her and that character, meaning for Audrey and Braden? Like, where's the resolution? He just bailed on you. And even when she so much as glanced at Freddie, he's like, oh, and was arguing with her even before the match, right? Even before the like the world skating match, whatever, right? And I was just like, you've got to be so for real. He's acting like a child, and I just do. You see the remote? I do. I skipped. I said da 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 boop, and I skipped because I said no. We're not watching this temper tantrum today. The boy cannot manage his feelings. We're skipping, right? So I skipped to like their skating part, right? And so anyway, it turns out that they're gonna put together the best friend, the black girl Riley, and they're gonna put with Braden, right? Them two are skating together, doing the same exact material, like the same style of material that Audrey and Braden were doing, like like the grown and sexy version, like the grown up skating version, or more like what you see on Dancing with the Stars, stuff like that, right? Yeah, so I guess, and then I'm assuming that what's her name, Freddie and Audrey are gonna do like the more cutesy romantic style. Who knows? I'm just saying it makes no sense because first of all, it's not a flex for Riley. That's the best friend. It's not a flex for Riley to be paired up with Braden because he's literally someone who consistently abandons his partner. And even in the show, you can look at these skating partnerships as a parallel to romantic relationships, okay? Because you look at this boy, right, Braden, and he consistently abandons his partner when she needs him most, like at the Worlds thing and at some kind of competition before then, right? And he, like they said, he off the rails, he's impulsive, he's bad with the judges. Just like the father was saying in the very beginning, he says, look, it's a big, big risk for us to take you on. I cannot have you messing up my daughter's reputation, right? And you know what? The dad was right. Guess what? The dad was right. Because the boy, like his character arc, it was really going like this. He was really, really, really turning things around and then boop, drop like that. It's a boop. Because then he just bails on her again and I was like, okay, I guess he's gone. But then all of a sudden circles back to be skating again. Like, I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. It literally does not make any logical sense. And I'm sure that somebody reverse engineered this plot. I'm sure they wanted to say, hey, this is the angle. We want Brayden to end up with Riley. And then we want Audrey to be with Freddie. And I bet you that was the, what's it called, like the ending clip, the ending scene they had in mind. And everything else was like reverse engineered to make that happen. Probably something like that. Because the way that Audrey was going back and forth between the boys, and the timing didn't make sense at all. Like, the characters better be thanking God for Camille, who's like the other coach, like the ice dance coach versus regular skating coach, right? They better thank the stars for Camille, because she was the one who looked to the dad. She looked at him. She's like, I got a plan. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be all set, right? I also wanted to say that the moment that they quote unquote win, they get what they want. I'll be vague still in case you didn't mind the warning and still haven't watched the episode. But the moment that they quote unquote win and get what they want, it's still very anticlimactic. These financial issues that they've been worrying about, this building up along the whole series, it just boop, literally drops like that, boop, and it's like, oh look, we won. I guess we got the money now. Like, they don't even show them getting no kind of money. It just says 1 month later, and and then they change the sign. It shows you the transition, and then it shows you that Freddie and Audrey are gonna get together and blah blah blah. Already went over that. Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, these arcs are completely like topsy turvy. The only person's arc that seems properly filled out is the sisters, the older sister, the blonde girl. Even hers, she got up to here, then she pulled a 180 at the high point. At the high point, she pulled a 180, and then went like this. Not down as in a bad way, but like she evolved into a more, not even evolved. Sorry, she did not evolve at all. She 180 flipped her character to suddenly be a kind person with compassion and honesty and depth and good insight. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry, like, to, criticize people's work, but like, what the hell is this writing? What the hell? Like, we could do so much better. Like, I'm telling you, the pacing for the characters' arcs was just throw it up in the air and hope it lands. Okay, it was all over the place. I promise you, I could have done it. I promise you, I could have done it. I could have timed it. I could have written it to where the eldest girl's behavior was more believable, like her change in behavior to be more believable, instead of making it, okay, this episode she gets home and now she's a kind person all of a sudden, literally all of a sudden, because she lost the that boy she was hanging on to just to get like a free housing or whatever, just to get a free house, just to get a free like, bed and housing and stuff. So I'm just like, I really don't understand. But the only conclusion that I can make is that I'm sure I put money down. I put the money on the table. I'm putting money down that the authors just had this like end scene in mind, like who the final pair ups are gonna be, and they must have been like greenlit for a second season. So rather than have things make sense in the first season is basically a prologue for the second season. And the second season is actually going to be like the real meat of the story, because now you can actually focus more on the character relationships, now that they're not worrying about like, money, but where they're going to get their supplies, that kind of stuff. Then you can probably focus on like, you know, the character drama that, like, you know, Audrey and the boys. Riley doesn't really have any kind of drama. She's been pretty, I don't know, good throughout. I'm sorry, I can't even properly comment on her character because they're not even really giving me anything to work with. So, yeah, they don't really give me nothing to work with her character anyway. Um, next thing, the dad, he's literally like, what is it called? Oh yeah, I wanted to say, you know what, Outer Banks, John B's friend JJ or something like that, the blonde boy, right? It's way at the beginning of Outer Banks when they have like the girl in their group and they like her, like the girl who's always bringing them snacks and she's always like super sweet and kind-hearted, whatever, right? And JJ tells John B like, oh, you know, she likes you, right? Like you guys should like, you know, get together or something, whatever, right? And then John B, he's like, damn it, JJ, anything that breathes, anything that has a heartbeat. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's bro, I was laughing so hard. And anyway, so that's what the dad in the show reminds me of, okay? Like, even though one of the themes of his character is, like, you know, grief. No, he needs grief counseling, okay? He needs grief counseling. Somebody get this boy a therapist, okay? Or a group therapist, okay? But, his character, nonetheless, it's just like, I'm just like, do people really act like that? Do widows really act like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway, like, it's literally like, it's just like that. Just like that reference. It's like anything that breathes. He flirt with a wall, he flirt with a doorknob, he flirt with a toothbrush. And he was even about to, so Camille, honestly, like I said, thank God for her. All the characters better thank God for Camille, because she's the only one with half a brain in their situation. That she was able to buy back the things that he had sold off in order to fund the plane tickets. And he was so grateful, right? He was so grateful. He was about to lean in and kiss her. And then I was running up and yelling. I was like, don't you dare. I said, don't you do it. And then they were lucky because, you know, the kids ran in. They were like, oh, you want to see us? And then Camille was like, oh, yes, I want to talk to you about the routine, blah, 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 right? So I'm just like, even, he would have even been with, the other coach. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's every single woman. Like, damn it. The only time he actually showed super straight was with, I forget why though, but there was like an episode or two where he was actually genuinely showing restraint, where, he was actually turning down women. And like some product line girly, the woman who brought in a product line for the skaters to try, like for their hair and makeup, she was flirting with him, and he actively like turned her down. He was like, "Oh yeah, you can consult with my like the coach here, Camille." Yeah. So anyway, like that's my thoughts on, like, you know, the last episode. It's like, to recap, I just found it very confusing. I don't know what was going on in the writing room for this show, but yeah. See you next time.